Hello everyone and welcome to Meet the Gentleman. My name is Chris Cabella. Today I have the pleasure to discuss with Setis. He's one-third of a high-end streetwear brand based in Montreal. It's called Atelier New Regime. Enjoy guys. Montreal-based streetwear brand style for the modern man, Atelier New Regime is committed to redefining the customer experience as we know it. Through the quality of its product, presentation and lifestyle, A&R pushes the creative envelope, leaving a unique and a thought-provoking impression on the consumer. Over time, Atelier New Regime has grown to be more than clothing. It has evolved into an artistic movement run by a collective of creatives who aim is to express themselves through fashion. Alright, so Setis, first off, big congratulations on the recent opening of your first flagship store. I'm pretty sure that was a surreal moment for you guys, for your partner that are not here today. But can you, before we get too deep into this interview, can you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you grew up?
I'm a product of two immigrant parents. They came to Canada about 30 years ago. Because there was problems where we were from. My parents had strong political views, so views that didn't match those of the country. Mm-hmm. So we came to Canada, two hardworking parents. They really wanted me to go to school. I did that for a while. Wasn't something I really liked, and kind of started pursuing a passion for selling t-shirts, and kind of brought me here.
You guys are obviously the owners of one of the most recognized streetwear brand based in Montreal. Can you just, who had the initial idea, and how the whole team came together?
I actually started selling t-shirts a while ago, just with friends from my neighborhood, and I had no graphic design skills or anything like that. So I met one of my partners, Koku, after a while. I want to hire him to do some graphic work, but we just built a real good relationship, and we kind of, it was real brotherly love, and we both had the same passion. So we started working together. He became like my first partner. Mm-hmm. And then his little brother, which is my other partner, Gildas now, he just saw us working all the time, and he had a young lion's drive, and he just kept helping out till, the chemistry was too good for us not to partner up. Yeah.
Dope. How important it is to have the right partners for what you want to accomplish? And what are the individual roles for the brand, basically?
Everything. Teamwork is everything. Mm-hmm. I really believe that, and we all know each other's strengths. We all feed off each other's strengths. We try not to step on each other's toes, and we're always there. If one person can't handle something, someone else is there to kind of have that person's back. So teamwork is everything, because it's too much for one person to do. And in terms of individual roles, we kind of all do everything. Koku has his set of skills, for example. He does a lot of all the graphic work, all the design work and stuff, because we can't do it, but ideas, we just bounce ideas off each other, and Gildas, he has amazing organizational and managerial skills. So I'm kind of like the people person.
So you're more like the cool guy, like the guy that the face of the brand, or I guess?
Nah, I don't think there's a face to the brand. All three of us are the guys behind the brand. There's no individual face, because like I said, all three of us bring something different to the table. So all three of us make Atelier New Regime.
How hard was it to build a brand, and did you guys ever feel like giving up at some point?
Just like any other setting, I think everybody at some point feels like it might not work. But that's the beauty of having teammates. That's the beauty of having people that love you and have the same passion. Because I don't think all three of us at some point at the same time felt like, let's quit. So if one person felt like, oh man, this might not be it, there's two other guys over there saying, no, no, it's going to work out, don't worry. So after that, you know, a few good things happened for us, and we just fed off that momentum, and none of us are quitters, so it went well.
Nice. And did you guys ever pass like on opportunities and afterward you were like, damn, if we only knew. Like,
I mean, not really. Because I don't think me personally and the guys either, we don't like living on regret. So we just do, and we know if we didn't accomplish something right now, we're going to accomplish it anyways. So we know there's a long journey. We're not in a rush to get anywhere. We just want to grow organically, so we just work and work and work.
so just one day at a time, basically.
I mean, not one day at a time, but I mean, it's not good to live with regret.
Yeah,
you know, you gotta appreciate the journey. You gotta appreciate that you're gonna struggle. You gotta appreciate that you might not, you know, catch every ball thrown at you. So
So the struggle is part of like the success and the history of the brand and everything. Like, great. Uh, how would you guys describe like the fashion industry in Montreal, especially for the streetwear culture? And is Montreal your most lucrative market?
well, let me just start by yes, Montreal is the most lucrative because this is home base. So Montreal gets to feel like our lifestyle the most. You know, although we might, you know, we have the internet, so people online could see, you know, what we do and kind of get a feel of who we really are. Montreal really gets to live it. So, you know, our number one support is our hometown, which we are super appreciative of. In terms of fashion in general, I mean, Montreal as a whole, there's a lot of culture in Montreal in every sense. So that's beautiful, you know. We just kind of don't pay attention to much else and do what we do, to be honest.
And when did you guys decide to leave everything else that you were doing to devote 100% of your time into the brand?
I guess when we decided that this was really what we wanted to do, because we knew for a while that's what we wanted to do, but we realized at some point that part-timing is not going to get us where we want to go. So we just had to make personal sacrifices individually, and yeah, we just said, you got to starve at some point, you got to not do certain things, you got to not go certain places, because the goal is to make it. So sleepless nights, hungry days, and a whole lot of work.
You said that you were basically doing like you had a t-shirt company before this, and what did the other guys did before you guys form into a new regime?
Well, Koku and his big brother actually, I think they had a what you call it, kind of like a design and branding marketing company. Okay. So they did a lot of branding for people. They did logos and stuff like that. So Koku's always just been like a design genius. Yeah, like anything design-wise, artistically, like yeah, nobody's in his league when it comes to that. So, and then yeah, I guess he had more passion for doing this than doing that. So then it all just kind of came out naturally. And then his little brother, he was a great student, soccer player, and him too, the entrepreneurial fire inside of him, he couldn't hold it in anymore. So, you know, that's how we kind of got together.
And how does it feel to see like celebrities like French Montana or Amber Rose wearing your creation today? Like, is this like surreal and everything?
In the beginning, it kind of was surreal because it was, you know, just regular guys doing something, and you feel like somebody that's a celebrity appreciates what you do. But at the end of the day, you know, humans are humans. That's just another person that appreciates what we do, and we're just lucky enough that it's a celebrity. But it feels good. But I think, you know, when you get certain things done, at some point,
You expect this.
yeah, you just want more now. But I'm appreciative.
But did you feel like there was like it brought you guys a big push in terms of visibilities, and did it reflect into your sales and everything?
Yeah, definitely. because you know that's the kind of world we live in. You know, people like things that they see, especially if they see it on celebrities. But yeah, I mean, in terms of French, just a personal anecdote. It's just cool for me because at some point I used to watch him on DVDs. He was like my favorite rapper.
Oh shit.
So to grow up now, you know, 5, 6 years later, and he is who he is, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and he could wear it. It's cool to me.
Did they like personally reach out to you guys or not even?
I built a relationship with Lola, who's now his manager.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I met her in Toronto. She was kind of critical of the work we used to do. And then she came to Montreal and saw it for herself and kind of realized that, okay, there's something to this. And yeah, she's super cool. She's like family. So she made it happen.
Nice, nice. Can you explain like the story behind the orange color, which is obviously known for representing new regime?
I mean, at first, our color that we liked all individually was like red. So we were like, okay, so we're gonna go with red, this and that. But we kind of saw that we didn't stand out. Too many brands like were recognized when you saw red. So in our original color, we had like a different kind of orange in our original logo. So after a while, I think it was actually Koku's idea. It's like, yo, so let's just stick to orange. So we picked a better orange, which is this one now. And yeah, I mean, it just worked out, and we all like it, and it's it's a color that brings energy, kind of shows passion and fire, and kind of enhances creativity, and we grew up on the orange line, so it just works out,
And how did you guys came up with the name New Regime?
Honestly, it's like naming your baby. At first, I was struggling, went through 100 names, and a lot of bad ones that I can't remember. And I just like the word regime, I guess, because I come from a background that my parents were into politics and stuff. Yeah. So I actually called somebody once, and I'm like, "Yo, what do you think about classic regime?" And then they were like, "How about new regime?" I'm like, "That might be it." Yeah. So that's how it happened. And it just kind of, that's kind of how it worked out, because that's how we feel. Like we're the new reign to this world, to the fashion industry. We bring our own flavor to it. Mm-hmm. So, as long as we continue bringing new things to the table, or, our flavor to the table, then the name's never gonna lie.
Are your parents like proud of what you're doing now today, or?
Of course. But I mean, just like any other immigrant parent, at first it was just like stay in school, stay in school, stay in school. Stop listening at some point, clearly. But a lot of dreamers, that's how it works, because parents, they want the best for you, but the best that they know is the safest way. Even if they didn't take the safest way, they want the safest way for you. So, I'm lucky. My mom's a free spirit. She's an artist. She does paintings and photography and like videography and stuff. So she was kind of more understanding at first than my dad was. But, my dad started seeing like the results, and he kind of understands the vision now. So everyone's on board. We're a happy family.
Do you have like brothers and sisters?
Nope, Koku and Gildas, and that's my it. Those are my brothers. We do everything together every day, and I got their back, they got mine, and they pretty much have the same story when it comes to their parents. So because they're all really smart guys, so finishing school and getting a diploma wasn't a tough task for them. This life was just the life that chose them, and they chose this life.
Did they actually graduate from school, or not even?
I believe Gildas has a couple of credits left, like literally maybe 2 classes to graduate. CJEP, I believe. And Koku might have went to CJEP and probably realized he was smarter than his teacher and decided to quit.
I mean, in terms of African parents, like I completely understand what you guys went through, because I had the same problem and stuff. But you guys seems to be like very detail oriented in terms of your brand. What's the thought process behind creating a new collection, and do you guys argue a lot?
I mean, to be honest, the detail oriented, that's a Koku influence. Because in the beginning, he was the one that really brought that flavor to the table. And, so we understood that that's the right way to go, so we followed suit after that. Me, because I didn't have any expertise in that. So, yeah, you're right. So, you got to give credit when credit is due. So, I followed suit with that, and then Gildas is his little big brother, so he sees that it's right as well. Of course, he's gonna follow suit too. And when it comes to designing collections, I mean, we kind of all separate, do our research, come up with ideas, shoot them at each other, and talk a lot and laugh at each other and make a lot of jokes and create. And we do argue a lot, but at the end of the day, it's normal.
It's part of your family.
Exactly. You're always going to argue with your brothers as long as we all understand, which we do, that the end result is us all to be successful. We know there's no hard feelings. We just get past everything. We have conversations. We're all adults, and we keep moving.
Even like in terms of the model that you guys choose, like it seems like you guys don't follow like the usual types of model that we see out there on social medias, Instagrams and stuff. Like, what's the idea? I guess like when you guys selecting a model, what's your purpose? What are you trying to express? Like,
I mean, to be honest, I'm thinking about the model you might be thinking about. It wasn't my choice originally, but you have to trust your teammates. And that's really what it is. Like, that's why I say it's all three of us. There's no one face to the brand. There's not one person, because everybody makes suggestions and everybody else has to kind of like, we talk about these things, but we trust each other's vision. We might debate each other's vision, but we trust it. So if somebody suggests something, we'll talk about it, but we'll follow through and be like, okay, I trust you on this one. Even if there's a mistake that comes from it, then whatever. We win as a team, we lose as a team, we keep moving. But yeah, man, just kind of standing out is important and kind of separating yourself from everybody else. You don't want to just do what everyone's doing, So it's kind of cool to see, pick up, for example, young guys or young girls to model and do editorials with, because they just bring a fresher flavor to the game. Exactly.
what's probably the biggest misconception about the brand, if there is one?
I think there's plenty of misconceptions. I think a lot of people think this is like a boat that's smooth sailing and, we don't struggle and, this is a story just like any others. We just make this struggle story look good. So, because we understand that, like, we embrace the struggle. We embrace the fact that things aren't easy, but we enjoy that. The pressure kind of makes us work harder. So, yeah, I mean, we work hard every day. We still make a lot of sacrifices every day. Things aren't easy. We deal with a lot of bullshit, and yeah, so that's it.
What's a regular day in your life?
I mean, in my life, I get up usually, let's say around 6:30. Kind of stopped for a week now, but I go for a little light run in the morning. Yeah, I got a 10-year-old son, so I make his breakfast, make his lunch for school, get him ready, take him to school, come back home. I get ready real quick, take my girl to work, come back here. So I'm an early bird, and then, business as usual. And then daddy duties after school, and yeah, man, just work, nonstop.
So this is like your relaxed spot. Like this is where like you get to express yourself, like creativity wise and stuff. Like
yeah, of course. Even if it's work, and I always say this, and I think a lot of people say this: if you enjoy what you're doing, then it's not really work. So then, even there's certain things I don't like doing personally, but I understand why it needs to get done. And since it's a dream that we all have and it's going towards that dream, then it's fine. No one's gonna love every day. So that's it.
what will be your advice for any young entrepreneur that's trying to come up?
I feel like that there's so many like cliche answers, but you really just have to do your homework, do your research, and do what you want to do. That's it. You can't listen to other people, because originally an average person is not built to just like jump into it and get it done and fail and keep going. There's a lot of failure, like a whole lot. You know, we still fail till this day, but you just got to keep going. And yeah, you got to understand failing's a part of it, because a lot of people say they're entrepreneurs, do it, fail twice, and then that's it. Well, I'm back in school, or I'm about to go take these calls at work for 10 hours a day, or nah, we're not built like that.
I feel like you watched so many failure, like just the way you were explaining it, like, damn.
You know, it's normal. Like, it's just like, you know, you play sports. Yeah. Nobody shoots 100%. 50% is a good thing, you know? So if you miss half your shots and you keep shooting, then that's good. I use a lot of sports analogy because I just feel like life is really like a sport. Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys planning to open a new store in another city, or maybe even a second one in Montreal?
Planning maybe in the future, but not in the immediate future. We gotta forget the work. It's just, you know, we're a three-man team. You know, we got a couple other people that help us. We got Travis that helps us, for example. You know, I'm lucky I got my girl. My partners have people on their side that help. Gildas has his girl and stuff, but it's still too much. Like, we're not there yet. We have to grow here fully. We have to, we don't want to just jump into a new market unless the city is familiar with our culture. Like, that's really what it is. Montreal's familiar with our culture. Montreal understands like why this was the necessary next step for us. So when they come into this orange store, they kind of know what to expect, and if they don't, they get to really experience like and have the conversation with us personally about the brand. If we just start opening stores everywhere, you know, it's gonna kind of kill the vibe and kill the energy. So we just want to, you know, expand in other markets first, and we'll see what happens.
But I feel like Toronto might be like the next step for you guys, because I saw a rapper like P. Wayne is rapping your shirt and stuff. Like, do you guys think maybe Toronto is the next, might be the next city for a store for New Regime?
I mean, Toronto's like the next market for us to attack properly, because yes, we do have people in Toronto that support us. You know, there's a few stores in Toronto that support us, but we still have to like really attack that market properly before, you know, even thinking about another store. I don't think we have another flagship in mind anytime soon. No, we really just have to grow the brand internationally, you know, work with brands that we like and keep creating before we could think of other stores.
What's your marketing strategy for like social media or like the internet in general? Like, what's your marketing strategy?
I mean, the strategy is just to put out good content. You know, you put out consistent content so people always, you know, don't forget that you exist. Yeah, and you know, you put out good content so people could relate and, you know, appreciate the work that you do. Because, you know, you don't want to just put out garbage every day, because then putting out content consistently don't work. And if you just put out really dope content once a month or once a year, it's not enough. So yeah, I mean, the strategy is pretty simple. Be consistent, be creative, and be yourself.
Nice. And my last question for you, Seth, is where do you see the brand 10 years from now?
10 years is a long time. Yeah, man, I'm 100% confident we're going to be an internationally known brand. And yeah, we're just going to continue to grow. 10 years from now, we could have the same conversation. We'll be in a good space.
Do you have any final words? Anything else you want to add?
I mean, just a shout out to my two guys that weren't here right now, Koku and Gildas. But hey, I know how it goes for them, man. They work late. So like I said, it's teamwork. I get to leave a little early because I get up a little earlier, and they work late because they get up a little later. Yeah, whatever completes the full circle, it has to happen.
Dope. So thank you so much for having us in your store, and we look forward to see what's next for New Regime. Amen. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Please like the video, share it with your friend, and we'll see you guys next time.